First reading, a reading from the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 20, verses 7 to 9. You have seduced me, Yahweh, and I have let myself be seduced. You have overpowered me. You were the stronger. I am a laughing stock all day long. They all make fun of me. For whenever I speak, I have to hold and proclaim violence and ruin for me. Yahweh's word has been the cause of insult and derision all day long. I would say to myself, I will not think about him. I will not speak in his name any more. But then there seemed to be a fire burning in my heart, imprisoned in my bones. The effort to restrain it wearied me. I could not do it. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. Second reading, a reading from Paul's letter to the Romans, chapter 12, verses 1 to 2. I urge you, then, brothers, remembering the mercies of God, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, dedicated and acceptable to God. That is the kind of worship for you, as sensible people. Do not model your behavior on the contemporary world, but let the renewing of your minds transform you, so that you may discern for yourself what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and matured. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 16, verses 21 to 27. From then onwards, Jesus began to make it clear to his disciples that he was destined to go to Jerusalem and suffer grievously at the hands of elders and chief priests and scribes, and to be put to death and to be risen up on the third day. Then, taking him aside, Peter started to rebuke him. Heaven preserve you, Lord, he said. This must not happen to you. But he turned and said to Peter, Get behind me, Satan. You are an obstacle in my path, because you are thinking not as God thinks, but as human beings do. Then Jesus said to his disciples, If anyone wants to be a follower of mine, let him renounce himself and take up his cross and follow me. Anyone who wants to save his life will lose it, but anyone who loses his life for my sake will find it. What then will anyone gain by winning the whole world and forfeiting his life? Or what can anyone offer in exchange for his life? For the Son of Man is going to come in the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he will reward each one according to his behavior.